relax, vibe up, we ramble about some random stuff. But before we get into it, I hope you all get plenty of tingles from all of the phone tapping, the stylus tapping, and of course the whispers. And without further ado, sit back, relax, and let's get into it. All right, so let's hop right into a run with our boy Sonic. I guess I'll know this now. I am recording this in a slightly different location than I usually record these videos, so if a few extra noises do come through, like the laptop, hopefully it doesn't end up being too loud or anything. Hopefully it'll act like, a nice little ambiance. Whenever I do mobile videos, phone videos, the laptop I always use the laptop to record the audio, so it's always kind of somewhere in the background, giving a little bit of ambient fan noises, but I do hope it's, never really too much of an annoyance. And, right now, I'm being a little extra careful, more careful than I usually tend to be when I'm doing mobile videos, and I guess this might be how it is now. So I guess a kind of a long story. So I recently got, a new phone case. The old phone case I used to use, the material that it was made out of, it was kind of like a hardish kind of shell, but it was kind of grippy, but it wasn't silicone. It was a very, very intricate material, but it was like a two-layer kind of thing. And the thing with those two-layer phones is you can kind of take off one layer, and the other softer layer is inside of it, but the layer that was kind of covering the outside of the phone, it was the more tougher, I guess, the tougher, much harder material. And so I guess tangent, whenever I used to have to record videos, I would always have to take off my phone case to plug my mic and everything into my phone because it connects the USB port to the USB-C port. But on my old case, the USB-C port was kind of a little bit blocked for some reason. I swear to God, I swiped down, but OK Game was always kind of blocked, because the way the case was, it just would not let the cord go all the way through, and it was a very specific issue with just the mic, with just my ASMR mic. Whenever I wanted to plug in like a regular USB-C port, like to charge it, it never gave any issues. So I have no idea why that was the case, but I would always have to take out my phone from the case to, oh Lord, hold up, let me log in for 5 seconds. Hey yo, all right. You're tricky, Eggman. You're tricky. We're going right back in. I want to get back at Eggman now. I'm kind of mad about that. Let me take those cards. Let me take that real quickly. I am probably going to have to jump cut this ad. Yeah. There we go. Oh, hey, yo, we got Slugger Sonic. Nice. I think that's the, one of the baseball uniforms. I think they're currently running, a soccer Sonic skin as well. I'm American, so I'm gonna say soccer. But it is. I know a lot of folks just call it football. Besides the point entirely though. But I think there is a new Sonic soccer skin that they're running right now because it's syncing up quickly with the World Cup. So we might be able to unlock some of those. I think they got it going on in Speed Battle too. In Versus mobile Speed Battle, so that might be pretty fun. Might do a little video in there at some point. But no, we gotta get back to Eggman now because I feel like we gotta properly beat him. He kind of caught me off guard while I was explaining my story. While we work our way towards him now, let me get back to what I was saying. But yeah, so I would always have to take my phone out of the phone case case to record an ASMR video, and doing that enough times does weaken the case a little bit. I also used to take it out of the phone case to clean the phone and to clean the phone case because I didn't want it to get dirty. And truthfully, it didn't get dirty, but due to the material, it eventually did kind of stretch that hard material so much that it started cracking. And you know, that's I can deal with cracked phone cases. I think all of us at some point have had a case that's been a little bit cracked, or very cracked, depending honestly how much you're willing to put up with. And I was willing to put up with a few of those cracks, but then the cracks started growing and it started going further, and eventually it ended up just oh, I guess Saz is the main boss here. We gotta beat Saz to get back to Eggman, but the crack ended up working its way into a very particular shape, a random shape, and a whole portion of the case just broke off. Like, the soft layer underneath it was still there, but the hard layer on top was easy to pull off whenever you want to do it. That kind of started defeating the purpose of a phone case, because it's not going to really protect anything if a good half of the case is just gone. So I had to get a new phone case. Now I'll pause on the story here because I do not want to lose to Saz. I already gotta go and beat up Eggman and get some revenge. I'd much rather not have to add Saz to that list right now. I'd much rather take him out now. Come on, Saz. What you got? What you got? What you... Oop. Alright, let me not play around a bit too much. We play around just a little bit. But, you know, I'd much rather not chance it. Mind you, we do have rings, so we can take a few hits, but, like... Why? We can take one hit, but, you know, why chance that? Just yet, at least. Come on, Saz. What's up? What's up? Bang. That's one hit. And that's hit number 2. And now for hit number 3. Let's do this. Let's go. Nice, Saz. Done and dusted. I'm looking for you, Eggman. Where are you? Where you at, Eggman? Where are you at? But, so getting back to the story. So I had to get a new phone case. And I was looking at a lot of different options, and I really like grippy phone cases, because, like, ever since I had my very first phone, it would always fall on my face, like, without a shadow of a doubt. I would end up dropping it, and that was so aggravating that I decided to just make sure to always get cases that had a solid grip to it. But the thing is, I've never really been a fan of, like, silicone cases, because if you've had anything, like a silicone anything basically, you'll know that if you rest it somewhere and it's anywhere near dust, the dust will somehow, by magic, find its way onto that silicone thing, and it will take forever to come off. And you'll pick up whatever random, I don't know, gunk and particles and random stuff, and that was not something I wanted to really deal with in a phone case that was going to realistically be rested in a lot of different places. So I hope kind of look for these very specific kinds of cases where it's kind of like, it's kind of grippy-ish, a little silicone-ish, but it's not really silicone. It's like a very particular, I don't even know, it's like a hard-ish plastic, but it's just soft enough that it gives some kind of grip. But I was looking for another case, and I found this really nice case. It's this really, really nice yellow. I love bright colors, if you all don't know that. I love bright colors. But it's this really bright yellow. It's kind of squarish shaped. It's got a lot of different squares on it. If you all might have an idea of what it's starting to sound like. It's not SpongeBob, but it literally kind of just gives a SpongeBob case kind of vibe, without it being a SpongeBob case, but, like, you know, his image or something. Make no mistake, I would have no issue buying that. Eggman, I see you. I see you, Eggman. I see you, Eggman. It's on site, bro. Mind you, I would have no issue buying a SpongeBob case. I just didn't really see anything that looked really nice. And I don't really buy character cases. I usually just like to stick with more generic-ish cases that can kind of emphasize or line up nicely with the color of the phone that I have. Let's go, Eggman. Let us go. It is you and me. What you got? I actually know exactly what you got, because you got me earlier. Not again. Not again. Not again. Already getting a little too close. A little too close. I'm fine. I'm over here. Ain't gonna bother me. Ain't gonna bother me. Alright, watch out for the mines. The mines. Alright, nice. Okay, now we just gotta lock it and get these 3 hits in. Sadly, the further you, and it makes sense, it's gonna be fast. The reticles move so much faster the further you get in this game during your run, so I gotta make sure I time this. Come on, let's go. Yes, okay, we got our just desserts. Well, Eggman got his just desserts. We got our revenge pretty quickly too. I honestly thought this was gonna take us longer to do. Awesome. So anyways, getting back to my phone story. I have a pink iPhone 16. I ended up actually getting it when the iPhone 16 came out. I didn't really care, that it was an iPhone 16. I was just gonna get the newest iPhone because I had to upgrade, and I think I had an iPhone XS or something for like literally 6 years, I guess, going off of very assumedly simple mathematics. I had an iPhone. Really though? Really? Would you really? I feel like I should have hit the bounce, but okay. If you say so, game. If you say so. Sorry, I had to cut that ad. But let's go. Let's actually go with our boy Vector. Cause I love playing with Vector. Vector's a goat. Anyways though, so back to what I was saying about the phone case. Yeah, I had an iPhone XS for like, I think probably 6 years, and if you reach a certain point, you're not really going to be able to trade in your iPhone for really anything. Also, I swapped to our different, more clicky-ish kind of stylus. You might hear a slightly different sound now. It's a bit more pronounced. But yeah, so I swapped to an iPhone 16, and I got and that was the one that come out the year that I got it. And I mean, all the colors look pretty nice, but I'm pretty happy with the pink one, because I like pink as well. Judging by some of the channel's colors, I feel like you can kind of tell. But the point of the matter I was telling you that for, the yellow on the case works really nicely with the pink on the iPhone. So I was looking at it and it looked really good, but the big thing was it was silicone, and I was like, ooh, is it going to be an annoying kind of silicone? The thing is, there's some kind of silicone cases that aren't really annoying. They're kind of sticky, but they're not really sticky. They have a good grip, but they don't stick to stuff. And I was hoping, looking at the images, it was gonna be like that, so I wouldn't have to worry about cleaning up dust constantly. And luckily, when I got the phone case, it was exactly what I was hoping for. It looked fantastic. It looked exactly like in the images, and it's a silicone case, so it's got a good grip, but it's not sticking to a whole ton of stuff at all. Like I've rested down in areas that have had dust, not on dust, because I'm gonna be a little conscientious about it. If I rest something on dust, at that point, that's just me asking for dust to get onto it. But it didn't actually pick up anything, honestly, and I still clean the case every night, so it's pretty clean. But another reason why I wanted to get the case was they had this little section on the corner of the case where that you could hang a kind of charm. And now for a separate backstory where I'm gonna meet back up with this one, I kind of ended up buying a charm. So inadvertently. So one of my cousins came to visit a month now, and we ended up finding our way into a Lego store. Now, if y'all know Legos, they're awesome, absolutely incredible stuff, but by God, they're expensive. Like Lego really can, I feel like Lego can afford to lower their prices a tiny bit. Like, come on y'all, Lego-ish kind of set that you would probably try to get for your kid at Christmas. I don't know. That is a separate story for a separate day. But we ended up both her and I love Lego. And we ended up finding these Lego keychains for, surprising to me, $5. And that is honestly the cheapest thing I have ever seen in a Lego store, and I still stand by that. And they had all done, and they were Lego keychains that essentially had a minifig stuck to the, well, attached to it. And I saw one for, guess who? Sonic. Because there's been a whole ton of Sonic Lego sets recently, and the Sonic minifig is it is an awesome minifig. I'm shocked I didn't hit that. But it's a really good minifig, and I always actually wanted to get a Sonic minifig, but I never did because I just never got around to buying a Sonic set. They're either nothing that I'm interested in, or it's too expensive. And she also wanted one, and I grabbed my sister, and she also wanted one, so we all bought like these really nice Lego keychains, and one ended up being like $15, but so we all have one, kind of like a commemorative kind of thing, and we all put them in our own locations. And I was gonna just hang it up somewhere because it's a keychain, but it's Sonic, so I'm gonna hang it up somewhere. I don't really collect keychains, but it's Sonic merch, and I do collect Sonic merch. Oh, I'm shocked. Yeah, I was expecting me to get knocked out there. I made some poor moves, some very poor moves. I am probably gonna jump cut this too. All right, nice. But yeah, well, let me just hit pause on the story for 1 second. I'm gonna have to do a really quick jump cut here just to check something. Alright, and we're back. That was a really quick little cut there that y'all probably didn't even really see, but just had to make sure this footage recorded because it was giving issues some time ago. Anyways, continuing our run with our boy Vector. So yeah, it was Sonic merch, so I was gonna hang it up, but I was looking at it, and at that same time, I knew I had to get a new phone case. So I was like, I wonder if I could find a way to get a phone case that has a little section to hang it off, because the keychain isn't like crazy long, but it's a good enough length that I could essentially attach it to like a tiny little, not lanyard, but like a little, oh, I wasn't even looking at the screen for a second. I don't know what direction that was asking me to go. Not really a lanyard, but like one of those kind of like strings, not like kind of like a nylon string almost, that you can attach that you normally use to attach charms and everything. And I found some, and when I bought the case, I bought those too. So I ended up finding a way to attach the Lego Sonic minifig to the case, and it is perfect. It's just the right length. It's not really annoying, and the colors hit. Obviously Sonic is blue, the phone case has a bit of pink peeking out from the back, and the phone case is yellow, and the phone is pink, so you have a bit of pink peeking out, and then you got the yellow phone case, and you got the blue Sonic right on the side just hanging off, and it looks fantastic. Like it was an amazing, I did not jump for some reason. It was an amazing move, and mind you, I've never actually had what do you call it, a charm or any kind of like thing hanging off of my case before. I always thought it would be kind of annoying, and it definitely did take a bit of time to get used to, because it is a whole thing hanging off of your phone, and you know, it can get caught on something if you're not careful, or you know, honestly, it's been working really well. But something that I didn't really super duper think about was when I go to do ASMR videos, because now when I'm doing a phone video, I can still more or less freely move my case around, but if I move it a particular way, and this isn't going to be super duper loud, but it's going to be a different sound, you could potentially hear actually you didn't even hear it at all, I take that back. You could kind of vaguely, and you might have heard it a few times during this video anyway, so you hear the keychain semi-jangling. Now mind you, keychain sounds are actually legitimately, relaxing and actually kind of hit as an ASMR trigger. But I was kind of worried it was going to sound specific, kind of weird or kind of annoying or super loud, but like, at least from what I've been hearing this whole video, it's very likely none of y'all probably even knew it was there until after I mentioned it. But I have to be kind of careful. I can't like freely move my phone around like crazy or swing it around. But it is something I have to kind of be aware about now and think about. But I don't really mind. It sounds pretty solid for what it's worth, and honestly I might even try adding it in as like a full trigger at some point, but it's definitely not obtrusive, which was the biggest worry, so we could really focus on the Stylus sounds, the phone tapping, and of course the whispers. Though I do realize I haven't done that much phone tapping. Part of the reason is it's kind of difficult to do phone tapping during this game when you have to kind of lock in. And part of it is if I do phone tapping and I move the phone a bit too much, it will start. You might hear the keychain a bit more. Of course, if the keychain ever does get too loud, I will manage that volume so it won't come through in the video. That's gonna be a problem for me when I'm editing, but I don't even think that'll happen, to be honest. But that is kind of, I guess, the phone update. So, but something I should also note, the phone tapping, which I haven't done a whole ton of. Honestly, I feel sounds even better now with this particular silicone case. I don't know, I don't know how I didn't fall off the edge there. It kind of just like hits really, really well too, because like, I don't want to say it's like sticky tapping sounds because it's not sticky, but it is more, I think it reverberates more or something, I don't know, it's just the material. It's materials and sounds. That is not my forte. I'm not a materials engineer. I'm not even an engineer, to be honest. Well, that's a nice, fun, long story for a completely different time. But no, that's a different thing entirely with sounds and materials. But point of the matter is, it does sound really good. I was going to absolutely die there if I didn't use that boost. I am so glad I used that boost because the way they position those things, those obstacles, I was absolutely going to hit it without a shadow of a doubt. Some extra phone tapping, might as well. Alright, Vector, what's the buttons? There we go. I wonder how long we've been going at this particular one. This might be our last run. Honestly, we're doing really well. I know now that I say this. Oh, it's a boss fight, ain't it? It's a boss fight. You can kind of tell it's a boss fight by the very, very long... Oh my god. See, I honestly thought there was something to the left, like a pathway I could take to the left. I didn't realize they had just cut the right side up and I was supposed to jump around. I've done that move before too, but I just did not think that that's what I had to do there. They got me. They got me. That's fair. They did get me. I'm gonna jump cut this ad too. Let's go. I think we'll go to... Ooh, okay, hold up. I think I finished up a little challenge. Destroy 25 choppers. Nice. We might do that. We might get them all done in this next run. We might not. I think this is gonna be our last run though. But let's go one more time, y'all. Also, you might have noticed I've been swapping sides this whole video, going more left and more right. Like the sounds will come through on both ears, but I've kind of just been swapping left and right to emphasize a bit more. Because if I hold the phone directly in front of the mic, my whispers will be completely obstructed by that. I've made that mistake a few times in some other videos. I have no idea if anybody picked up on it, but I definitely did. is my whisper sounding muffled? Is there something in front of my face? And then I realized, oh, there is. It's the phone. So, that's kind of why I'm just like, particular with moving left and right and left and right. But let's keep going. Let's see how far we can get this one. How has everybody's day been going? I hope it has been going swell. I hope you've taken some time for yourself today to relax, to de-tense, to detox mentally and physically. Do something you enjoy doing, whether it be, making something, baking something, playing a little game, watching an episode of your favorite show, something like that, reading one of your favorite books. Taking some time for yourselves does wonders, and it is so insanely important in keeping up your mental health. So please make sure to take a little time for yourself. You absolutely deserve it. I have actually currently been in between games recently. By the time this video comes out, I will be playing Assassin's Creed Black Flag Racing. I've talked about it on the channel like 80 times now, honestly, how hyped I am for the game. And it's supposed to be coming tomorrow. At least my copy for some reason. It was supposed to come, the game came out today, like the day I'm recording this, but for some reason, Amazon was like, hey, we know the game came out today. Best we can do is give it to you by tomorrow. And I'm like, I mean, that's not bad. I've had pre-orders come at way worse times. I had a pre-order that really just like soured me on pre-orders for a good bit of time. Come like almost a week or so after the game came out, and now I was like crazy excited for the game too. So that just like that hurt. That really sucked. So like I'm way, but luckily like all of my pre-orders recently have come in either day of release or day after. I'm not really gonna complain about that. That's okay. But yeah, I'm kind of just been in between games until that game comes out, and then I'm just gonna go off and sail the high seas. It's gonna be fun, y'all. But I've talked about that game a quadrillion times on the channel. Don't want to talk about it again. Do expect videos from it at some point though. No clue when, but it will be coming. There we go. Boom. And oh nope, almost got me there. Nice. A little slide and a little bit of a slide dash. Slide sidestep, I guess. Nice. Should we go? Let's go fight Eggman. Let's go fight Eggman one more time. I know this might be a bad idea, because if we lose here, we gonna have a. I wasn't looking at the screen, y'all. I don't know what direction. I was looking at the. Oh no. Okay, good. I honestly thought the arrow thing had come by because I was looking at the mic while I was talking to y'all, and I was not looking at the screen. But no, it could. By pressing the button, we could be like, oh, we gotta go up against Eggman again. We're not gonna do that. But let's hope we can beat him this time and not have to have another vendetta against him. Adding it to the list. Okay, hold up. Let me lock in. Not gonna lie, Vector took his sweet time dodging. This particular stylus is a little bit more responsive than the other one I usually use, the more quietish one, but sometimes it does like to be a little dumb, a little tricky, a little unnecessarily complicated. Whoa. There we go. Let's go. Also, look at the way Vector runs, by the way. I don't know why this man runs like, I know he can run like a normal person too. That's the thing. Well, not like how all the other characters kind of run like. I'm pretty sure this is just like a thing that, oh no. Alright, Eggman, you know what? Next time I see you, probably in a future Sonic video, it's on site. But you get away, I got away. That's fine. Equal, I guess. But I don't know why this man runs like this in this game. I mean, like, I know that, I think basically every Sonic character, at least all the mainline ones, have the ability and just naturally run, like, you know, in the baseline, hands behind your back kind of run. Like, I'm pretty sure all of them can do that. Or they have their own unique runs, and maybe that's just what Vector's run is, but like, even in his history, thinking back, Knuckles Chaotix, I don't think he ran that way. Oh, this man run for, he won't drown, he's a crocodile. Crocodile, yeah. I was going to say an alligator. But even in Knuckles Chaotix, he's run that way. And I don't think that's how he used to, maybe that is how he used to run in Sonic Heroes. You know, I don't even know. I never played Sonic Heroes, but I watched a ton of gameplay. I watched a full playthrough back when I was younger, so but from my memory, I don't know if that's how he used to run. I don't know. There's gotta be a reason why he runs that way, because I've never seen anybody else in this game run that way. In any effect, though, we did pretty well. Had some pretty good runs. Let me skip this ad real quick. There we go. Alright, y'all, but we did pretty well for what it's worth. We did some pretty good runs. I would say that was pretty successful. But I do think that's going to be it for this video. I hope you all got plenty of tingles from all of the phone tapping. I figured I'd give you all the